What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Trader's Mind Chat live show. I'm Mike, and today we are talking about stock market analysis, global macroeconomic news, trends analysis, sector leaders, all that good stuff, and also the S&P 500 had a follow-through day yesterday. And so for many of us that are growth traders, many of us that are familiar with Investors Business Daily and William O'Neill and the Can Slim universe, that's something that uh, we pay attention to. So let me know if that's something that you are familiar with. If you're not, we could go deeper into it, but I want to make sure that everybody is here and along for the ride. So you guys over here on YouTube, type into the chat. You guys over here on live stream, see a bunch of people. The live stream, the Share Vision audience just continues to grow. I love it. But type into the chat. Let me know that you're alive, and let me know if you have questions as we go along. So um, let me just tell you briefly what the follow-through day concept is and why follow-through days are important. So a follow-through day, and let's switch over to the S&P 500 because that is where it happened. So over here on the S&P 500, everybody see my screen. This right here started a rally. This day right here started a rally. And the reason why is because this is the day where price stopped going down, reversed, and closed up on the day, right? Like that's day one of a rally. Now, until this day gets undercut, even if it's by $1, then that day is still in play, and we're still looking for the market to follow through to the upside. And so we finally got that follow through day about 15 days later, all the way over here when the market moved up uh, more than 1.2% on the day, and it did it on heavier volume than the day before. That's something that starts to show that there's more aggressive buying happening. It's one thing to consider. It's an important thing, or it could be an important thing depending on the types of things that you consider. Um, but in my universe, in the Can Slim universe, it's something to at least be aware of. Now, there's a variety of things to consider alongside a potential follow through day, and we'll get more into all that. Um, but for right now, I still want to take a larger zoomed out approach and see what are the major headlines of the day, and well, what have they been too, right? Because the market tends to be a forward-looking mechanism, and news that's coming out right now could already be well baked into the price, and that's how come you could see something like the Fed increases rates, right? Like, well, when did the Fed increase rates? I think that they increased rates either yesterday or the day before. Let's take a look at some of these notes here on this chart. This is where I keep a lot of the notes that I like to keep track of. So let's see. So yesterday, um, yeah, prepare for recession the summer, a bear market in real estate, blah blah blah. Today, indexes waver, hold some gains after Fed hike increased rates. So it was on, yeah, it was yesterday. The Fed increases rates yesterday, and we get a follow through day, right? So that's how one of the ways, and one of the many ways that you could tell that the market is a forward-looking mechanism. So rather than looking at headlines and putting in our own biases about the headline, it's why we should take a look and see, well, how is the market actually reacting to the news. Yesterday counted as a follow through day. Is it the thing that is is the market done going down? Right? Like that's a question that uh, many people are asking, myself included. And there's some ways to know when the market is finished going down, right? And it's not to say that we have this magic crystal ball and to say yes, this is it, and here we're no. It's a matter of looking at, well, what do we have in front of us right now? Well, what's the market telling us presently, and continuing to operate in the present. So looking at what the market was uh, yesterday, right? So yesterday, on that day, seeing what's available, making buying decisions based off of what's available, buying, selling decisions. Then today, taking a look at what's available and making additional decisions to buy and sell based off of that. So and come back over and start to look at uh, the indexes here, and we start to see the market following through. Um, Something to be aware of in addition to the indexes, right? And we'll talk about individual stocks and those elements as well, but something to at least be aware of here at this juncture. If you take a look at today's price action and where it is across the board. So we'll take this off here, and where's the first spot where price may find some resistance? Type into the chat. Let me know. Where do you where do you see that there might be some resistance over here? Well, two spots, right? You have a declining 50-day moving average, and price is pretty close to that level. You also have this spot right here, right? Where price found resistance previously. So when price gets there, and it's pretty close right now, there's a strong chance that sellers might step in, right? Like it's a general area of interest. How do we know that? Because price got there back on the 3rd and sold off, right? So now price is on its way to getting back over there. And we need to see what happens. If price just goes right through it, then that's something that can be very telling. If price pauses and digests right there, then that's a natural spot where price would start to consolidate. You need to see what happens. But part of what's interesting right now at this point in time is that it's not just the S&P that price is getting to a spot of resistance. You come over here and you look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's fairly close, right? Not quite as close as the S&P, but it's pretty close to the 50, pretty close to that same point of resistance on the 3rd. You come over here to the Russell. The Russell just broke above the 50, but it's close to a point of resistance here and a point of resistance over here, right? So it's not just smooth sailing and off we go. It's having an awareness of these different layers that are at play here. Now, the NYSE is at that particular level, right? From the 3rd. It's at it right now. So it'll be interesting to see what it does from this point. It also has the downward sloping 50 and 100 day moving averages right there as well. Uh, at this point, from the indexes that we've seen, this is uh, the closest to breaking out. But I actually think the Dow did break out today. Yes, it did. The Dow took out this level of potential resistance, and now it's working on getting back above or getting close to rather the 50-day moving average, and we'll see what happens from there. Just extend this uh, downward sloping trend line as well. So the market's not quite out of the woods yet. Something that is important to consider are the actual stocks and how the actual stocks are setting up. And so if you were here on Tuesday and you were and you listened to Stu and I, Stuart Chalmers is another coach over at Mara, fantastic, uh, very insightful trader and coach, and uh, is amazing at technical analysis. Some of what we saw back then started to see some of these stocks and sectors setting up in healthcare, in materials, in transports, and right now, as of right now, those are the three positions that I have on right now. So I still have MATX. This was started. Um, Back here on Monday as it broke out here. So I got in almost at the exact low of day, like right at the open. This is one that just took right off. So still in this trade here. Transports are many of the transports are working too. Here's a look at another one that's taken off and is doing very well. Zim having a little bit of a reversal on the day, but even still, even on that, like let's say that you got caught in this and you're still holding it. Zim ran about 17% from an entry price down here. And even if you got in a bit lower, right, that then it might be 17, 20%, but it's still at a spot where you would be taking some kind of profits on here as it's making that kind of move higher. It's always a good idea to take off something, not take off everything all at once per se, but I like to scale out. But it's very rare that uh, it a decision needs to be all or nothing. Um, so MATX, that's one trade. Both of these trades were put on yesterday. So Reliance Steel and Aluminum, metal, obviously, and United Healthcare. Both of these beginning to break out. The relative strength lines are trending higher, and those two particular spaces are seeing an increase in the number of stocks setting up. So it's for that reason that I decided to put more trades on. Now, if well, there's a few factors to consider when deciding when to put more trades on, right? So let's say you put on a trade and the your first trade goes nowhere. Should you put on more trades in addition to that first one? Well, the answer is maybe, right? Like it depend part of the answer depends on the quality of the stock that you're finding, but it's not to the but you wouldn't be looking to add aggressively because your first idea hasn't worked out yet. Part of what had me add two more names on yesterday was first having gains in MATX that I already started to lock in. So let me put the drawings back on for you to see. So price broke out over here, and I took two scale outs already over here and over here. So I'm already out of half of the position, and I'm up about 10% on the trade. So at this point, profits are locked in, and I'm free rolling the rest of the trade, meaning that if well, let's just say price comes down here to my break even and stops me out of the rest, it's a guaranteed winning trade. So I took the profits that I've already locked in and used it to buy to finance the risk on these two trades, right? RS, so Reliance Steel and United Healthcare. And that's part of the reason how, or part of the way to build onto strength. right? And that's how we can start compounding gains very quickly when the market starts to turn in our favor. Now, looking at going back to the major indexes just for a moment, they're still dicey, but part of the idea is to not just let an index be the thing that's going to pull us into the market. We want to look at the individual stocks too, but at the same time, we don't want to just let stocks alone be the guide, because individual stocks can start to get into trouble when the overall market condition starts to become choppy and roll over. So while I'm putting on these trades, I'm not putting on larger size yet. If these two, right? So if all three of these trades, right, like this one's already a winner, right? Like guaranteed winner because I hit my scale outs and I raise my stop to break even. So that's a guaranteed winner. But if these two also become are winning trades, then that's something that signals to me that I can start scaling up my position size as well. One, because trades tend to work in streaks, but also because I am taking the profits and recycling those profits into the next trade. And we always want to aim for high quality trades and have a process and a method in order to do that. So uh, that's uh, that's a pretty quick one for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions on anything so far. Um, Again, well, we've got a couple of people over here on YouTube. We have some more people over here on ShareVision, some people over here on Facebook. Let me know what questions you have about anything that we've said up to this point, or if you have other trading related questions, go ahead and type those into the chat as well. One other thing while we're waiting for questions, and I see some more people hopping on to the live stream, and that's kind of a funny thing too. People hop on at random times. So whatever kind of questions that you have, go ahead, put them into the chat. Happy to answer them, and we'll do an extended Q&A today. But one thing that I wanted to let you know about too, and we've been mentioning this a few times, several of you have taken me up on this offer. But if you do enjoy these live streams, but we do something similar, but even more highly engaging with our members. So we have a private Discord channel, and within that Discord, we have all the microphones open. So we're doing a live Q&A. All the microphones are open. You get to engage with me. You get to engage with Stu live, and we have an open dialogue. We do that every Wednesday, and we do that for about an hour. Sometimes we go over. And we also do a mastermind every Saturday, and we do this for 3 hours. We go deep into market analysis, far more than what we're able to do here in a limited time. Um, but we do the market analysis. We'll do a trading lesson of the week, and we also do trade ideas where we're going through watch lists, filtering down into focus lists, actionable trades, picking them apart. Then that too is an open discussion. So if any of that interests you, then send us an email at code@marrowwealth.net, and I will send you a special offer. So let's see. What questions do we have coming in? You guys are quiet, so I'll take a sip of water and see if we get any questions at all. And if not, we'll wrap things up. Oh, one more thing too. So yes, email the code@marrowwealth.net. Here's another thing that you may want to hop on. our weekly newsletter. If you're not already on the weekly newsletter, then you're missing out because we highlighted several trades in there, earnings announcements, special events, all these great things, education in there, and you're getting quite a bit for free. So definitely hop on the newsletter. It's right over here, right there. So go check that out. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. All right, everybody, get the outro going. Want to say thank you all so much for joining me today. Quick live stream. Next week we'll have even more for you. Next week Stu will be joining me again to do live trades. So if you have particular trades that you want us to review, shoot me either shoot me an email, get a hold of me on social media, or very simply, you could drop comments down below and I read all of the comments. So do that. We've got Stu on Tuesday doing live trading. On Thursday, we have more stock market analysis. And then on Friday, tentatively Friday, we'll be talking to Amit, the CEO from ShareVision. So really looking forward to that. And that's it for today. Hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again next week. Take care. Much love. Peace out, everybody. And happy St. Patty's Day. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below and become a part of the Mara Wealth community. And make sure that you check out some of the other videos on the channel. They're exactly what you need to see. And leave a comment down below. I read all of them. Leave a comment.